House, you feel I had it together. Biggie had it on a song. Your White Owls, your Dutch Masters, and your Phillies. And smoke one, put one in the air for his mother, Voletta Wallace, dead at 78. She was a big force in her son's life. He was tragically cut down, of course, going on, 28 years ago? Going to be 28 years next month. So it's very unsettling. It's very disturbing, to realize how she spent all those years, without her son. Her son was taken away from her. It wasn't like he, slipped away from an illness. He was shot and killed. That's something that's very serious. Not, not unlike, millions of others of millions of other mothers who have suffered the same fate. But she died quietly in a hospice care. She had an illness, I think, for the past few months or few years or something like that. But she was a business lady. She held on to she's Biggie's mom, Christopher Perkins. Voletta Wallace was Notorious B.I.G.'s mother. She oversaw the $160 million empire that accrued ever since his death. So we have to give respect and honor to her, because without her, we literally wouldn't have Biggie. We wouldn't have Notorious B.I.G. And this has got to hurt you know who. And we're going to get to that too. I'm probably going to say that for tomorrow's show, but I just want to do tonight's show. Yeah, so she is, in the bosom of Abraham. She's in Jesus' hands now. If you're a believer. She didn't have no other family. I don't know. She probably did, but they lived probably in Jamaica. I think she was part Jamaican, or from one of the islands. She was from the Caribbean nation. Diddy is crushed. Yeah, well, I was gonna say I should combine it. I'm just combine it. Diddy is, this is gonna be a Diddy, maybe it's gonna be a Diddy episode, because his lawyer walked out on the case. Rocco, he's gone. He's not part. Or Rico, excuse me, Rico is no longer part of his defense team. He was like, I'm out of here. He didn't give any explanations. He didn't give any reasons why. He just ducked out, said, you know what, Angafillo, if you want to do this, you got it, but I got to get the hell out of here. This is just crazy. I'm not going to give any reasons for it, but I'm gone. I'm out of here. She didn't have any more kids. No, not to my knowledge. I don't think he had any other siblings. He was just a single child. He was just the only son of hers. But she was definitely an impact on his life and his career. The way that she, pronounced her words and used diction properly, and he had such a wide vocabulary. He uses words like preposterous and, wicked and things of that nature. So give me the loot, exactly. exactly. But yeah, that's the reality behind all of this. That's the truth. Anyhow, we have to deal with this. This is part of the real world. But Voletta Wallace was 78 years old. She lived. That's a decent life. 78 years. That's pretty good. That's above I think the number for black women. I think it's like, for black women it's like 72 or something like that. Something crazy. For black men it's like 69 or 68. It's really crazy. For just Americans across the board, I think it's like 79. I think so. I'm just pulling it out of my hat right now. I'm not. Let me see. Black women life expectancy. 76.5 years for black women in the United States. Let's see, black men. 72 years. I was just about right. 72 years. I thought it was for women, but for men it's 72 years. In the United States, it's approximately. For white men, it's about 75 years. So they still got, you know, a few years on the black man. The black men have only 72 years, but that's fine too. So I have 0 viewers, 0 viewers, and that's okay. Salute, Black Cuddy. I guess you're a viewer. They don't really count you though. Salute to you, sir. Yeah, have you heard the news about Miss Voletta Wallace, Biggie's mother, Notorious B.I.G.'s mama, out of here, 78 years old. So, and this has gotta hurt. This has gotta hurt Diddy, because she even said, and we can do conspiracisms if you want. We can do conspiracisms if you want, because she said she liked to slap, you know, Diddy upside the head. You know, she said that in the press a few months back with the Cassie video. After seeing the Cassie video, she said that. She said, I like to slap him upside his head. So did somebody pull a cord? Did somebody do this? I'm just putting out a conspiracism. It's not a conspiracy theory even. It's just a conspiracism. Did somebody say, you know, did somebody put a pillow over it? I'm just saying. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. Did he put a hit out on her? Possibly. Allegedly. I don't know. I have no other facts or any other solid reasoning as to why she would have been murdered or killed when she was in you know, advanced age, 78 years old. You're pretty much up there. But that, you know, is amazing because of capitalism, that we can have 78-year-olds and people in their 88-year-old or 98 years old or 108 years old. That's all due to capitalism. You know, because we have, you know, advancements in medicine, we have advancements in healthcare and therapy and all kinds of things in the private sector, paid for most likely by the government. The government pays for 51 cents out of every dollar spent by medical professionals or in the medical profession. So, you know, we have to acknowledge that at least. We have to at least acknowledge that. How did she pass away? She passed away, I think, because she had an illness. She was on hospice care. She had been in hospice care for a while. She died of natural causes. That's what it's saying. So she just died. She died of old age, basically. That's how they used to say. She died of old age. Did you watch the short I sent of Rocky? Yeah, I hadn't. Honestly, I didn't. I did not see that. I saw it, but I didn't do it because I was busy with the story. And I've been out all day. I've been doing a lot of things, but I will get to it. I haven't. It's in my stack of things to do. I have you, Wizard. Don't worry about it. I wonder if she had a will because notorious rights will go to Biggie Small's daughter or his son Christopher. Yes. Yeah, respect, Quizzer. I'm serious because I saw it on my feed. It's on my feed. So I know what you're talking about. I saw it just this morning. Yeah, the money's going to Christopher Wallace and what was his daughter's name? I don't even know. It's like Nasia or something. What's his Biggie's daughter? Tiana Wallace or Tiana. Yeah, Tiana and Christopher. And they got videos, they got pictures of Diddy with Voletta Wallace. It's like, damn. This is crazy. So here's the story. Voletta Wallace said she wanted to slap Diddy. Here we go. Last year, Wallace made headlines when she told Rolling Stones that she wanted to slap the daylights out of her son's former friend and producer, Combs, the embattled music mogul who is now facing federal sex crime charges before his arrest. Excuse me. The month before Wallace's comments, Video footage surfaced from 2016 of Diddy kicking, hitting, and dragging then-girlfriend Cassandra Cassie Venture fine at a Los Angeles hotel. He later apologized for the assault in a video posted to his Instagram page, talking directly to the camera. I'm sick to my stomach, Wallace told Rolling Stone about Diddy's legal troubles. I'm praying for Cassie. I'm praying for his mother. I don't want to believe the things I've heard, but I've seen the hotel video. I pray that he apologizes to her. So that was Voletta Wallace. And they said she died of natural causes. Says she died of natural causes. That's all I'm gonna say. That's what they said in these YouTube and TMZ and US Today streets, that she died of natural causes, okay? I don't know about a pillow bitten over somebody's face. I don't know about somebody pulling a plug. I don't know anything about that. Those are all conjecture. That's all conspiracisms. They don't amount to anything. I'm just saying. Yeah, Tiana. Salute. Yeah. Salute, Black Honey. Salute. Salute. Sad. It's very sad. She was an exceptional woman. And like I said, we wouldn't have got... Biggie used to tell her all the time, don't listen to my music, Mom. Don't listen to my music. Then she did it anyway, and she heard the poetry coming out of his mouth, and all his different verbiage, his metaphors, his illustrations, his imagery, his storytelling ability. She all admired that. Now, she didn't like the rough talk, the F this and F that and MFer and all that crazy. But I have to say this about Biggie. Biggie didn't want to live. I mean, he just didn't want to live at all. He didn't want to. He wouldn't. Both Biggie and Tupac were the most, outspoken about their deaths. Thank you for that link, Wizard. I'm gonna go to it right now. Hold on, one moment. Hold on. Just give me a moment. Content. I'm seeing about, the link. Notorious B.I.G.'s daughter, Tiana Wallace, posts $1 million bond for boyfriend in New York City in hit and run case. I didn't even know about that. She's a pretty attractive young lady. She's pretty attractive. Daughter Tiana Wallace put up $1.5 million house for bond for her boyfriend hit and run case. Damn, I didn't even know about that. I wonder what Miss Voletta thought about that when she found that out. That's pretty serious. His daughter don't need a wooden nickel. Okay. She's hideous. Stop it. No, she's not bad. To be honest, from that picture, she's not bad. She looks pretty good. She looks pretty good. Just to be honest, I say she looks, pretty decent. And they got pictures of her with her father, her late father. They almost look like spitting image when she was a child. She looks pretty good. She's a little chocolate thing. I'm not mad at her. Yeah, she's pretty good looking. Yeah, she's definitely good looking. I'm not mad at her. And that's coming from me. And that's, I like the snow. I'll take a little piece of chocolate now and then. She looks pretty good. It's crazy how she had to put up 1.5 mil for her boyfriend hitting and running people. She probably paid for his chain and his whole gear. She's got it like that, but she's probably gonna get. I don't want to say definitely, but she's probably gonna get even more money as a result of her grandmother dying. Fake daughter, beautiful. Huh. Mac 10 daughter sexy as well. It's very difficult to die in a hospital with national cause. National, you mean natural, but that's okay. I got you, Cuddy. Because if you go into a hospice, you should be dying with something. I don't know. She got a long face. What? Hell, she can have a long face. She's built right. She's got a nice body. And I'm not mad at her face. She's got pretty set eyes and nose. I'm not mad at her. But her grandmother, Voletta Wallace, out of here. Smoke your packs. Get your white owls. Your I always forget. White owls. White owls, dust masters, and your fillies. Sit back and smoke one for Miss Voletta Wallace. Put one in the air for her. Smoke it for me, because I don't smoke marijuana. I never have, and I won't until if I live to the age of in my 90s, I'm doing everything. I'm doing PCP. I'm doing ecstasy. I'm doing coke. I'm doing pink cocaine. I'm doing everything. I'm doing ketamine, all of that. If I make it to 90 or to 100, forget that. I don't think the Notorious B.I.G. daughter is attractive at all. I disagree with both of you. I disagree with you. She's sexy. And her bank account is sexier. But that's another story. But yeah, but her grandmother, seriously, I don't want to laugh, and on her grave. But her grandmother was a very instrumental person in Biggie's life. She gave him, the words to say, how to say it, how to be, super nonchalant and cool while saying something that's, very abrasive and harsh and terrible and like on Hypnotized. I'll give you an example. Your daughter's tied up in a Brooklyn basement, and everybody's like, yeah, tied up in a Brooklyn basement, yeah, woo! Like, and he didn't want to, like I said, he wanted to die. What was the name of his first album? I'll give y'all 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What was Biggie's first album called? What was it called? And I'll talk about Tupac. Tupac had a video of him in heaven, like he was shot to death, and then he goes to heaven, and then he shows like I ain't mad at you. That's from the song I Ain't Mad at You. But what was Biggie's first album? It's since has sold up since 2018, probably since 2025, and sold a little more. But at least I have definite records saying that it sold 6 million records. Ready to Bussy. Wow, we're going there, Wizard. Really? I'm trying to be serious here, man. Let's be real. Come on, be real. Let's be real. Wizard, I expect that from YouTube subscriber, but from you? What, you? But yeah, so that is the reason for this. And now it's redacted. Yeah, he retracted that. Definitely retracted it. So that's the reality we have to live with. That's the truth. So, excuse me. I would like to say, for the highest amount of respect for Miss Voletta Wallace. She raised not a king. Yeah, Wizard, yeah. Biggie had some zesty moments. He got from Richard Pryor, that famous line. Girl looks so good that he'd suck her daddy's, you know what? He said, "You look so." Yeah, exactly. I was just saying before you were saying it. Yeah, he said that on the line. He said it on the record. He took that from Richard Pryor, and Richard Pryor had admitted to having served some men at the brothel where he basically grew up. Yes, I say rock and power to Miss Wallace. She was definitely I don't like to use king and queen, but because like it's ironic that Americans use king. Oh, he's the king. He's the rap king. She's the queen of pop. He was the king of rock and roll. He was the king of pop. he's the king of jazz. He was the king of rock. All that stuff is like crazy because we got rid of that idea of kings and queens. We're not trying to have a king. We're not trying to have a queen. But then I realized, okay, these people had to earn that title. They didn't just, weren't born kings and queens. You have to earn the title, and it can be, you can be stripped of it. You can be stripped of it. And he had PDF file bars. He had definite PDF file bars. He had killer bars. F him in the A, throw him over a bridge. What? You don't know that we kidnap kids? F him in the A, throw him over the bridge. Biggie? Come on now. Where are we going? What's happening? And we was just listening like. We just kept going with it. We were like, all right, so you F him in the A, throw him over a bridge. All right, okay. That's Biggie, I guess. That's his thing. Shoot your daughter in the calf muscle. Like, what is this guy on? Like, what was he on? Biggie Smalls is the wickedest. Nigga say I dare you to stick it in this. If I was, I'd be filled with syphilis, herpes, gonorrhea, chlamydia, getting rid of you. Like, where was he? In his mind, like, he was in a different zone. Richard Pryor, after his death, people know that he was gay. Yeah, that's true. He was bisexual. He's my nigga, kidnap kids. But Big didn't have enough music to be considered king. His lyrics hit hard. Yes. In my opinion, if I had to do a basketball analogy, he was Akeem Olajuwon. He got 2 rings. He had 2 albums. He had Ready to Die and Life After Death. Those are his rings. And he was a force on the court, like Olajuwon. It's weird because it's like people don't really respect Olajuwon. The other person I was gonna say just the dominance would be Shaq, obviously, because just the notoriety. Because nobody talks about Olajuwon like that, but Shaq is all the time. He's everywhere. He's all over commercials. He's like Bird-esque. He's everywhere. The hardest, most outrageous bars. He did have the hardest, most outrageous. He did have hard bars. He did. Pause. He did have those. Charles Moran. I got it that time. Moran. Yo, salute to you, Christopher. Or excuse me, Charles. I was looking at Christopher up here. Salute to you, Charles. Have you told 10 people to subscribe? I'm not even asking for donations. I'm just looking for subscriptions. Salute to you. I'm asking for subscriptions. Just tell 12 people to subscribe to the channel. And then they tell 12 people, and then they tell 12 people, and then it goes on and on. He needed more songs like Juicy, Everyday Struggle, Sky's the Limit. Yeah. I would say so, yeah. Juicy, Everyday Struggle, and Sky's the Limit were his conscious song. He was conscious. He was talking about his daughter not needing a man. She'll have a college plan, all that. Thank you for spreading the word. I appreciate that. I'll take you at your word. You may be just blowing smoke, but I'm gonna take you at your word as a man that you're telling people about this channel. Cause I'm in it for the money, folks. I'm not gonna kid around. I'm in it for these dollars. That's the only reason why I'm doing it, so I can stack my money. That's the only reason why I'm doing it. But no, that's the reason why I'm doing it. But under that, it's like money. But what do I have to do? I have to research. I have to know what I'm talking about. I have to be, scheduled. I have to have a specific time frame for when to release these videos. Have to go live. All that has to come into play. Sky's the Limit is better than Juicy. I'd say so. Yeah. Love that song. Yeah. Stack your money as you should. Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That video I sent ASAP was talking about his time he spent on Rikers Island sipping on God damn. Whoa, I'm not even going to repeat that. That's crazy. Slipping on something that I ain't supposed to slip on. That was crazy. I'm looking at Champ Fist talking about it. All right, so let me see. In the shower, oh my God. Everyday Struggle. I don't remember the video for Everyday Struggle. I don't think I may not have ever seen it. But it was a great song. Everyday Struggle was a great song. Rocky should have kept that to himself. Yeah. Some things you gotta take to the grave. Some things you gotta take to the grave. I'm not seeing what I saw you posted, but I'm not seeing it. Resend it to my page again. I'm not seeing it. I'm supposed to see it, but I don't see it right now. All right, so just send it again, Wizard. Just send that Rocky video again. Send that again. So we got 6 people in here, 5 likes. It's a Friday night. I want to talk about Voletta Wallace, and then I'm going in on J. Cole's latest song. Just prepare for that. That was a little teaser. All right, Rocky should. Okay, so Biggie's his wordplay, his storytelling abilities. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. I need that. His storytelling abilities, his prowess on the mic, his ability to build up momentum and tell the stories with flair and conviction. That was all because of his mother, who was a school teacher. She knew about all of that. She knew how to, phrase things. She knew how to put things in perspective so that people can learn. Her school children can learn, the differences between verbs, nouns, adjectives, prepositions, adverbs, and all that, put together, and in sentence structure and syntax and all of that. That was all from his mama. That's why we got Biggie, because Biggie had, that great way of conveying a message. It was very hard. It was very harsh. Time to get paid, blow up like the World Trade. Like, nobody ever said that. That was back in 93, 94, when the first bombing of the World Trade Center occurred and 6 people died. He used it as part of his bars. Time to get paid, blow up like the World Trade. He said that. He said some hard stuff. And I remember in 2002 when Jay-Z dropped The Gift and the Curse, it was all a dream. And they had Biggie's verse. And they muted that part where it says, and blow up like the... And they just edited that whole entire section out. So... Was Big a tether? I don't think so. I think he was born in America. I believe he was born in America. I think he was born in Brooklyn. Yeah, he was born in New York. Now, Miss Wallace, she may have been a tether. I don't know. I can't confirm nor deny. They're not saying where she was born. She was in Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. I think Mr. Chorstar Terrain knows exactly where that is, according to Monroe County Coroner Thomas Yannick. And she died of natural causes. She oversaw the estate, helping pass down his wealth to his family, including his daughter Tiana Wallace. Yeah, so she's definitely getting a pretty penny. She did a pretty good job running things too. Biggie's estate was estimated to be worth about $10 million when he died, and it's since ballooned to a now estimated $160 million. I said that before, but I wanted to emphasize that. He was in when he was inducted. It says Voletta Wallace Voletta celebrated when her son was inducted into Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and her Instagram account was mostly dedicated to his achievements. She posted about his foundation, his streaming numbers, tribute concerts, and pop culture references. Do you remember there was a family, a white family of actors on YouTube that were saying his bars and situations. I don't remember, let me see if I can find that. Let's see if I can find it. White family B. The Smalls family. It was Kathmandu Film Posse presents James Hook, Ibron, Tess Strom, the Smalls family. If you look on YouTube, go to the Smalls family. I think she's cute. She looks cute. She definitely looks cute. Tiana Wallace or Tiana Wallace. She looks cute. But check out the Smalls family. Definitely do that. They got Big Papa. They got Warning. It's pretty funny. It's funny and deep. It feels like Shakespeare. It feels like Shakespeare, but it's not. What Cole do? All right, yeah, let's get rock and power to Voletta Wallace. Rock and power to her. Big Stole Wu-Tang lingo. Uh-oh. I don't have any information on that. Big daughter, sexy, I take it back. You don't have to, don't take it back on my behalf. I'm just sticking to my guns. You stick to your guns. Don't say it just because I said it. Yo, Walter White again. Bluza, you're new to this channel. Why don't you subscribe? Make sure you subscribe and tell somebody else to subscribe too. Yeah, rock and power to her. I said rock in power. I do not remember you, and I'm not your bro, Bluza. But anyway, we're going to talk about Jake. See, there's a tweet, and it became a meme, I think. It said, it's Friday, I'm not trying to hear no J. Cole. There's a person on X, it was Twitter at the time, that said that. But I'm talking about J. Cole on a Friday night today. I'm going to save the Diddy story for tomorrow. We're going to get into Diddy tomorrow. Pause. We're going to get to his story tomorrow. Thank you. Now, did the people that you know, people that know you, do they sub? That's the important part. 100 million, she's gorgeous. Yeah, okay. But J. Cole, he's talking about AI. He's talking about Trump. He's talking about billionaires. He's got a lot of substance to his words. And he's flowing ridiculous. Like, his flow is just impeccable. It's on point. Like, I listened to the song at least 8 or 9 times back to back to back. And he doesn't even have too many curse words. All he says is nigga. I don't think he says anything else. I think he has just the word nigga in the song. Light it up. And he's got, if you pay attention, he's got the Wiz Khalifa laugh at the beginning. I don't think it's even on the streaming services yet. I heard it on YouTube, and it's on his blog. So I'm going to check real quick to see if it's on any other streaming services. I'm looking it up right now. Gotta put in a password every time. What the hell are you doing? Oh. So this is definitely his response to all the haters saying like, oh, he bowed out, he couldn't take it, he couldn't take the pressure. They were saying all this stuff about him. When in reality, he was just saying like, I don't have to. I can be my own man. I can be truthful to myself. I don't have to chase a dollar. I don't have to chase anything. I can just be my own man. Cole has his corny moments, but he's a lyricist. Name a corny moment. He shouldn't never diss K. He didn't diss K to my knowledge, in the same breath that Kendrick must have dissed him, because Kendrick just like 4 to 7 people in Control verse, and Kendrick, and then he said on, it's not Big 3, it's Big Me. I mean, that was a diss towards Cole, was it not? So that's what I'm saying for that. He did diss Kendrick and deleted. Okay, he deleted. Okay, well, Kendrick Lamar didn't dismantle his whole career like he did the Canadian. he dismantled the Canadian's whole life. The way he does things is totally different. He has to sing his way out. He can't rap his way out. If he raps his way out, it's gonna be trouble. But he dropped some sexy songs for you because the Canadian I'm speaking of, because he couldn't rap his way out. He couldn't rap his way out of his situation. So we have to, look into that. But J. Cole is that guy. He put down bar after bar. I disagree with like 80 to 90% of it, because and is he cool with Jay-Z still? Because Jay-Z's a billionaire, and he's talking about billionaires and they don't care. They just want to chop up the world and leave people apart and stuff like that. I'm just paraphrasing. I'm not saying his exact words, but he's just saying that, and he was saying against Trump, I'm the bullet that missed Trump. He says all this. It's all packed in here. It's all packed in here. He's talking about how you got to have your songs lined up and make sure you own your music or you won't have it. There's one day it's gonna be AI that's gonna take over everything. He's like making doomsday predictions. But here are the realities. Billionaires are most responsible for billions of people coming out of poverty. If you look at the charts from the 1990s up to now of how many people were once in poverty and now are not, and because of corporations, and this isn't their sole, this is just a byproduct. Their sole idea is the bottom line, is the money. But as they make their money, they just happen to have, they don't have to have a social cause. They just hire people and they have work and they're able to do, perform their duties. And that just made sense. It just made sense to have people that were in paddy fields in the 1990s going to sweatshops, which is one of the greatest, ideas ever created, and allow people to enjoy more freedom, more wealth. They were making, 2 cents in the fields. When they go to the sweatshop, they're making 40 cents a day. 2 cents or 2 cents an hour. 2 cents an hour or 2 cents a day. I don't know what the metrics were, but it's an improvement and it's an increase. It's a complete increase. So that's one thing. Trump is different. He's one of the most horrific human beings ever. He can try to play off like he's cool. He wants to do the Garden of Heroes thing, and there happens to be men and women of color. That's fine, but he's still a despicable human being. A hollow shell of a human being. And I think J. Cole and I would agree on that, but not the fact that, he was almost killed. He's saying he's the bullet that missed Trump. You gotta be careful with your wording there, J. Cole. You gotta be very careful with it nowadays. So I think J. Cole is definitely one of the premier artists of our generation. He is definitely rated. I don't think he's underrated or overrated. He's just rated. He definitely has earned his spot as one of the key figures across the hip hop landscape. He definitely shows that within his work. And this song, it just goes at it, and it has a very cool feel to it. Let me see, Diesel and I'm looking for it right now. Diesel and Omen produced the track. This is from his lines. I'm that bass in your trunk, the bullet that missed Trump, the gun that jammed cause it seemed God had other plans. Before long, all the songs, the whole world singings will be generated by latest of AI regimes as all our favorite artists erased by its scream from the wayside. Hey, whatever happened to human beings? And he just ends it. He just ends it on that note. Whatever happened to human beings? So this is very serious. This is a very, contemplative, very, this is why that young lady said, I'm not playing any J. Cole, because this is not in the club, this is not in the, the block party. This is when, if you do play this in the club, in the park, okay, you're going to the bar, you're gonna get a drink, you're gonna ask for another round. If you're at home, you're with a spliff, you're with your girl, or if a girl's with a girl or something like that, they're enjoying a spliff, they're kicked back and smoking something strong. They're sitting back with their Phillies, their Dutch Masters, and their White Owls. I finally said it right this time. So that's the reality that we're living in right now. So we have to acknowledge that. We have to really see J. Cole's genius. I'm gonna call him a genius. He's one of the Kendrick is a genius, and Drake is a genius on a different level. He's more of an industry genius. He's like what Teray, my favorite living writer, Teray said. He's like J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling's a genius. There's no question about it. She made these glorious stories. They don't have a lot of substance and real world application, but they're wonderful to contemplate. They're great to contemplate. It's great literature on that scale, on that level. It just doesn't have the same ring as something that maybe a Toni Morrison would do, or James Baldwin would do, or Kurt Vonnegut would do. It doesn't have that same kind of ring to it. But I thought it was exceptional. I thought it was very exceptional. He said in a post, I know, man. Earlier this week, he wrote in his blog that he wanted to be more consistent with sharing new music and keeping his fans in the loop. He says, I know, man. I'm off to a bad start with the consistency, but I'm going to do better. Watch. I've been locked in on the music while also balancing family life. It's a juggling act that a blog post wouldn't do justice in explaining. But with that said, I'm back tending to this garden. I think I'm going to let some other people post on here too to get the vibes up. It'll motivate me to check every day and will fuel the desire to post more. I'm going to start with Ib and Scott and then expand from there. To anybody in the squad reading, if you're trying to contribute, I'm taking applications. So that's just the case right there. But J. Cole is the truth. He is the truth. I listened to this song while I was getting dressed. I was listening to the song while I was, just sitting back. I listened to the song when I was exercising. All of this. So I definitely appreciate Cole's demeanor, his behavior, his acumen on the mic. I definitely appreciate all of that. So, and by the way, the song is called Clouds, and it's on purpose. It's like he knew that people would be smoking to the song like, did he say that? What? Did he say what? He said, I'm the bullet that just missed Trump. What? It's like that. It runs deep. It runs deep. That's what makes it, truly special. And the way he put it, he said, they're rolling up or they're smoking on something loud. He's got this lowercase c and LOUD and capital letters and lowercase s. That's how it's styled. It's stylized that way. Hip Hop DX says it's a dreamy instrumental. It makes reference to attempt on Trump's life. So this is nothing that's improper as well. He's saying that AI is going to replace human beings. The only way AI or synthetic beings or robots, whatever the case you want to call it, are going to replace human beings is if human beings allow it or program them that way. I don't see them being programmed that way. I don't see that happening. I doubt that will ever happen. I don't see it happening. He says on this line, I pulled the plug because I seen where that was about to go. They wanted blood, they wanted clicks to make the pockets grow. They see this fire in my pen and I'm dodging smoke. I wouldn't have lost a battle, though. I wouldn't have lost a bro. I would have gained a foe. He rapped all the same. Oh, that was from a YouTube Lucy called Port Antonio that dropped in October. But now this is a totally different situation. He's in a totally different zone. He's in a totally different zone. Okay, Jay Leo is in here. What was she, 78? Yeah, she was 78. Smoking on that Sky Pack tonight. Them light skin bars. Salute to Andretti. Thank you for your hatred, sir. You hate on me. Don't hate on anybody else in this room. You hate on my dumb ass. You get at me. Don't get at anybody else. Get only at me. Don't hate on anyone else. And be glad that I'm not hitting you up for money. I'm just hitting up people for subs. I need more subs than Jersey Mike's and Jimmy John's, whatever it is. Cole on Kendrick, who's better? Cole or Kendrick, who's better? At what? Depends on what. Cole is different at different things than Kendrick is. Cole is better at connecting metaphor and painting pictures with words and having imagery. And on the converse is Kendrick, who has very strong wordplay, he has very dense ideas packed into his verses, catalog wise and performance. Okay, catalog wise, I'm gonna have to go with Kendrick. Kendrick's his is much deeper, much stronger. J. Cole is decent, but it's not deeper. Performance, I think I have to go with J. Cole. After seeing the Super Bowl performance, I was like, what is this? He's just talking to the mic like this and strolling. He says a few things like that, and then he just goes back to the mic like that. I'm like, what is going on? He's not really performing. What's up with J. Cole? What's up? Kendrick would be better performance-wise. I doubt that. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with Kendrick being better performance-wise. I think J. Cole. I actually saw J. Cole live. I never seen Kendrick live. I just saw him, at the Super Bowl, and I was not impressed at all. I was not impressed. Yeah, Kendrick, but not performance-wise. I wouldn't say Kendrick performance-wise. I would say his catalog is strong. His catalog is very strong. Like I said, J. Cole's is decent, it's strong as well, but it's not as strong as Kendrick's. It doesn't have as many deep cuts that can be played as singles. That's when you have an album. When you have songs that burst through and could be played as singles, that's what you have a straight up classic, more than that, a monumental piece of work. Did Kendrick did say so bad at the Super Bowl. I cut it off. I did. Didn't I? I think I did too. No, I cut it off at the game. I cut off the game. I wanted to watch the whole thing, and it was pretty much a disappointment. It was like a C minus, D plus kind of thing. Oh, everything else, the choreography, the dancers, everything. Samuel L. Jackson as the what do they call it, the Jin, coop, the coop, Coon something, Zip Coon or something like that. He did an excellent job as that. That was great. Channeling the Steven role he played in Django Unchained. I thought that was amazing. That was pretty good. So I think that J. Cole definitely is, should be out. This generation's Mount Rushmore. There's going to be multiple Mount Rushmores from the 80s, 70s. I mean, if you want to talk hip hop and bebop, you can go from the 40s. But, rapping, I don't think they rap so much with bebop. Maybe they did in Off the Record. Maybe they had a speaking style that was kind of like rapping. But, definitely rapping in the 70s. There's 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and 2020s. So we have to pick out of that all those years 4 or 5 heads that go on a Mount Rushmore of each decade, and see how many are cut off. Then you have people that lasted for more than one. Jay-Z started in the 90s, went to the 2000s, 2000 teens, and Too Short started in the 80s. The people in the Bay, Too Short and Too Short and E40, they started in the 80s, and they've been recording to this day. So that's pretty strong. That's pretty amazing. I think that's exactly what is what's supposed to happen. J. Cole put out a very strong song. Not to rhyme. I didn't mean to rhyme right there, but I did. He put out a very strong song. Jay was at Irv Wake. I didn't even realize that. I didn't even know it was Irv's Wake yet. Wow. Damn. He had not said a statement. He never said anything in on socials or anything like that. Too Short is a midget. he lives up to his name. Life is too short. Actually, life isn't short. Life is pretty long. It just goes fast. It can be cut short, but it's pretty long in the grand scheme of things. So I have 2 people in here, 7 likes. You niggers need to tell them about people, man. I was up to 150 people before. Now it's down to 2. Not today. I'm just saying in general. Before it was like I had 9,000 views. I had 8. Then I had the next day was 2,000. And the next day after that was 8,000. Is it all Diddy? Most likely. Like when I go tomorrow, I'm gonna try to delve into Diddy's the reason why Diddy lost his lawyer. J Private, okay. Life long. Life is long. But it moves fast. You scare people away with that outfit. I hope so. I'm trying to get as many people, but if they want to go away, then that's on them. It's not my fault. I'm not changing for anybody. I'm wearing the same outfit. This is my uniform. All day. It represents Newark, Delaware. Black and gold. The black and the gold. All day. And why aren't you scaring people back? That had given Undertaker. Okay, so it gives Undertaker vibes. So why aren't you saying, okay, y'all need to get back on here? He's not an Undertaker. And if he was, so what? The Undertakers are a very crucial part of our society. Think about it without him. Just think about how many people get buried. There's millions of people that are in graves because of undertakers. Millions of people. I mean, you know, funeral directors. There's millions of funeral directors across this country because of the fact that they provide us a service. And they should get compensated for it. Swing low, sweet chariot outfit. Coming for to carry me home. Yeah, it's I almost expected this. I kind of had this in my mind that this was gonna happen. I was gonna get a whole lot of views. I was gonna get a whole lot of people, and it's just gonna slow down right at the end, right up to the part where it gets to 1,000 people. People are gonna be like, nah, you know what? I'm good. I'm out of here. Or I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna hit subscribe. I'm not even asking for money. I haven't asked for money for days, if not weeks. I'm gonna ask for subscriptions. That's it. Perks got him itching. Our music teacher had us singing that BS. That's not BS. That's true. That's a reality. That's a strong Negro spiritual. That's a strong Negro spiritual. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. I looked over Jordan and what did I see? Coming for to carry me home. A band of angels coming after me. Coming for to carry me home. That's a classic, man. That's a monumental song. That's not just a classic. That's a monumental song. That's where you get the funkadelic, Parliament funkadelic. Swing low, sweet chariot, stop and let me ride. And then Dre picked it up. Hell yeah. Swing low, sweet chariot, stop and let me ride. So that's like throughout the centuries. Throughout the centuries, it made its own, you know, impression on popular music. Not for, of course it's for kids. Of course it's for kids. I would definitely disagree with you on that. It's definitely for kids. I remember we were singing about Follow the Drinking Gourd and Peg Leg Joe. I remember all that from like 3rd grade, something like that. For the old man is waiting for to carry you to freedom. Follow the drinking gourd. And Peg Leg Joe, I don't remember how Peg Leg Joe went. But I'm probably going to change the title of this for the lean in. Matter of fact, let me see if I can do that now. Let me see if I can do it. I don't think I can. Let's see if I can do it. I can't. I cannot. I gotta wait. That's fine. So I'm gonna just go until I reach at least 100. That's gonna be like 4 hours. That's awesome. Andretti's my day one right now. Appreciate you. Oh, wait a minute. Edit video. I'm gonna kind of go in reverse order. I'm gonna say free Diddy. gonna just go on front right now, just to make sure. Free Diddy. Sean Combs, lawyer, or I'll say attorney. Attorney ducks from handling legal affairs of disgraced mogul. Oh, wow. Oh. Okay. So that's the reality of it right now, but it's serious. It's serious. Got 8 likes, 2 people in here. I'm gonna go for broke. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stick around, see how long it'll take me. Probably still get 22 views or something crazy out of this. But so J. Cole is, just this one song, Clouds. It seems like a freestyle, but it's packaged together very well. His phrasings and the syllables on each word, they correspond to each beat and everything that sounds. And of course, that's what you should do in a rap. But it's a different. He has a heightened sense of knowing exactly what words like, because he's a really smart guy. He graduated from high school with a 4.2 GPA. He graduated from college magna cum laude, a 3.8 GPA. He's a smart guy. And this is the thing about hip hop I want to know too. Why don't they celebrate that? Why isn't that talked about too much? Yeah, I got my car, my chain, my house, my girl, Why don't you say, I don't have any student loans anymore. I don't have any medical bills. I don't have any. Is it a fear? I think it's a fear. I think it's fear. I think it's people. Nobody want to hear that. Well, J. Cole was one of the people that I think he rapped about in his previous raps about his ability to pay off all his student loans. That's impressive. That to me is more than a Lamborghini or a Rolls Royce or a $4 million, $5 million mansion. That's cool. That's great. That's wonderful. But when you can pay off your loans, with people that go into their 50s and 60s when they finally pay off their student debt, I mean, that's just amazing to me. That's extraordinary. That's extraordinary. That should be championed. That should be a running motif in hip hop. Paying student loans, paying down medical bills, paying down, paying to improve yourself, to get a speech therapist, to get language arts, a linguist, to learn different languages. So when you explore the world, that's the beautiful thing about hip hop. They get to explore the world. They go all over the place. They go into different countries. They go into different territories, and they're able to, learn at least a bit of about the culture, and the concert goers know the songs that are in English. Good evening, Max Vision Film and Media Company. Good evening, sir. Are you broadcasting from a corner of a room? Yes, I am. I like this positioning. This is good positioning. I've been doing this for the past almost 2 years now, sir. And I know I had the Cowboys room. That was a exception. But yes, I am in a corner of a room. And let me ask you a question. How many people have you told to subscribe to this channel? Oh, you're gonna scratch your head. Oh well, back against the wall. Pause. How many people have you told to subscribe? Per. Okay, so how many people have you told to subscribe? A lot, of course. A lot. Yeah, I'm just supposed to take. Oh, a lot. Yeah, a lot. I told 250 people to subscribe. That's how many people I've told to subscribe. Of course I have. A lot. I call BS. That's bovine fertilizer on your part, sir. About 8. So why aren't they in here with you right now? Why don't you say, hey, look, this nigga Sky, he's a silly nigga, but he's got some ideas and perspectives. Get on to his site. Get on to his channel. I love the language too. About 8, not about 8. I have signed up or told to subscribe about 8 people. About 8. He's like you're like the people in here, you know, in this live are like the SNL character on the SNL character on SNL, yeah, of course. The character on SNL played by Pete Davidson when he was in the cast. He was like, okay, sure, yeah, okay, like just a few words, very robotic, not even very human, not engaging. That's this generation. That's this generation. I accept it. 2 people in here, 3 people in here, 4 people in here. Goes back and forth. So about 8. All right, so I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm not gonna go that long. I appreciate you all. Thank you for stopping by, and rock and power to Miss Voletta Wallace. Oh, wait a minute. So one of your mods bully you? Yeah, he's supposed to. He doesn't bully me. He's a hater. He's a subjective hater, and I call him out. He's not a managing mod, and now he knows that. But he doesn't bully me. I tell him what it is. I said, just the other day, I said, he swallows a quart of semen every week. And we're supposed to go back and forth like that. Oh, we tell him that talk, whoop his ass. Come on now. We keep this peaceful. I'm about to get money. I'm not in the field of whooping anybody's ass unless it's somebody against the United States. I'm his cousin. He wishes he was my cousin. But anyway, like I said, he's supposed to hate on me. I want him to hate on me as much as possible. You gotta if you give my site out to, and if you account for 25 different subs, I'll let you be manager mod. No, I be keeping them sharp. Exactly, keeping very sharp. I appreciate it. Hate on me. Don't hate on anybody else in the room, especially not Texas. Don't hate on Texas. He got bullied as a kid. Who got bullied as a kid? I was too busy getting too much social clout. I was the best all-around male in my high school class. What are you talking about? Bullied as a kid. I was never bullied. You take perks? Never took a perk. Now everybody want to rush in and say something. But I got to go. It's almost that time. So I will see you tomorrow. I don't know what's going to happen. But I will talk to you at that time. Take care. And this is probably